The African Continental Free Trade Area, known as AfTA in its acronym name, is to launch a TV program in the year 2025. Now, the real question is it what it needs right now, or doing the real work on the ground, enforcing the countries to start this trade amongst between the African countries, which is an intra-trade between African countries, enforcing the governments to start it, doing the actual work, or is it really to launch TV? I will leave the comment for you, but I would like to share this video that they have made when it was first established in 2019. So I'm going to share that video with you. But before that, maybe it's good to give you a quick background about AfTA. What is AfTA, the African Continental Free Trade Area? It's a free trade area encompassing most of Africa. It was established in 2018 by the African Continental Free Trade Agreement, which has 43 parties and another 11 signatories, making it the largest free trade area by number of member states after the World Trade Organization, and the largest in population and geographic size, spanning 1.3 billion people across the world's second largest continent. The agreement founding of AfTA was brokered by the African Union and signed by 44 of its 55 member states in Kigali, Rwanda in March 2018. The proposal was said to come into force 30 days after ratification by 22 of the signatory states. On April 29, 2019, the Sahrawi Republic made the 22nd deposit of instruments of ratification, bringing the agreement into force on May 30. It entered its operational phase following a summit on July 7, 2019. And officially commenced on January 1st, 2021. And it's the AfTA's negotiation and implementation are overseen by its permanent secretary based in Accra, Ghana. Okay, now after I said this much about the African Continental Free Trade Area, to give you a background, now let's go and see this video, and I would like to hear from you. What do you think of it?
Good evening to everyone watching us from here in Africa and beyond, as we bring you exciting news that is the launch of AfTA TV, broadcasting from our studios here in Nairobi, Kenya. I am Abdel Fattah Al-Sisi, aka Africa's Pharaoh. Well, I'm just kidding. Just call me Mr. Presenter. And now, to some important information before we proceed.
AfTA stands for African Continental Free Trade Area, and AfTA TV is your new channel for the world's #1 free trade area, bringing together 1.3 billion people and with a combined GDP of a staggering $3 trillion. AfTA is all about open borders within the continent, removal of barriers of trade that would see seamless trade among African countries, from Cape Town to Cairo to Djibouti to Dakar, in an impactful way that assures creation of millions of jobs for Africa's rising youth demographic, building industries and spurring astronomical growth within the single market. African Continental Free Trade Area.
And now we turn to our first guest, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, President of the Republic of Kenya. Welcome, Your Excellency, to AfTA TV.
Thank you, my friend Sisi.
You are most welcome. Now, Kenya was among the first countries to sign the AfTA agreement.
Yes, that should be understood that we mean business, and we are ready to join our fellow Africans in exploiting the enormous potential that lies within the borders of our great continent, Africa.
So this AfTA thing, what you're saying is that it's going to benefit Kenya big time, right?
Well, Kenya, alongside the rest of Africa, stands together to win together. If with open skies, someone can fly from Nairobi, the gateway of Africa and home of AfTA TV.
I see what you did. I see what you did there.
Yeah. If an African on his or our own continent can fly around to wherever,
okay,
and trade easily without restriction, That will be the real deal that all of Africa should sign up for.
Well said, my friend. Well said.
Yes, we must do away with colonial borders, have one single market for the continent. So our captains of industry, our investors, the Juakali, that is the informal sector, will be able to sell their goods and services anywhere in the continent in the true spirit of African brotherhood and sisterhood. Intra-African trade today stands at a mere 16%. Imagine.
All right.
Africa can do better.
Exactly. And yet there is more trade between African countries and their former colonial masters than with each other. That's a shame.
Luckily, that is not a report card we are willing to carry to the future.
True.
If Kenya has wind power, like we do, I mean, the first person I would market it to would be my African brother next door.
Of course, your neighbor next door. That's true. Sure.
Yes. Africa has a huge market for natural and renewable resources, agro-processing, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. That's what I'm saying.
Your Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, thank you very much for that insightful discussion.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
AfTA, African Continental Free Trade Area.
Hello from AfTA TV. I am your host, Abdel Fattah Al-Sisi. Here with me is His Excellency Paul Kagame of Rwanda. Welcome to AfTA TV, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, President Sisi, and thank you to AfTA TV for having me.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. President, as a former chairperson of the African Union, you have been very active in promoting the African Continental Free Trade Area, which that we call AfTA. Are you a happy man?
It is only slightly over a year since we assembled in Kigali. I think that was in March 2018.
Yes, I remember that one.
And that was when we were putting pen to paper on this agreement. And now you can sense the awakening. You can feel an Africa that is invigorated and ready to make it count when it comes to business with each other.
Even your own ambitions of making Rwanda the Singapore of Africa are now within reach, right?
You see, exactly. You see, no country can achieve economic excellence in, let's say, a neighborhood of desolation, abject poverty, and general disorder.
That is true.
You see, when we are organized together, we can burst off the blocks, cheer each other on, encourage one another, and achieve together. That is the purpose of this initiative.
I couldn't have said it any better, my brother.
Yeah, we are very serious for anyone out there doubting. But as for making Rwanda the Singapore of Africa,
I see.
With AfTA, our made in Rwanda products will have easy access to the African market. You see? And and by the way, I have bought a gift for the launch of AfTA TV.
Oh, a gift. That is very beautiful.
It is our special brand of coffee.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I see you mean business, definitely.
Of course. Now with the liberalized trading environment and every continent, every boundary has opened up, every other African will find it on the shelves at his or her local supermarket. Yeah, you see, if you have something good, share it with each other. You don't have to have it. Someone else across the continent will need it. That is the spirit of Africa.
Perfect. Thank you, President Kagame. Thank you, Your Excellency, for passing by AfTA TV.
Thank you, President Sisi. Thank you.
All the best.
I truly believe that the opportunity that we have as coaches and experts
area.
Hello from AfTA TV. I am your host, Abdel Fattah Al-Sisi, and here with me for a word of wisdom on AfTA TV is one of the doyens of African presidents, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of Uganda. Welcome to AfTA TV.
Thank you very much, my friend Sisi.
Yes.
I must say that there are two things I really like.
Yes.
First, it's your name, Sisi. Yeah? For those of us who know a lot of Kiswahili, Sisi means us. Or we.
That is interesting.
And you see now with this AfTA, we can finally say that Africans have suffered a lot.
Okay.
But now AfTA has come to sort us out. So our problems are are over. Kwisha.
Of course, thank you for your wisdom as always. So tell me how AfTA is doing in your country, in Uganda.
We are doing so well. That's why I've come to demonstrate that being the natural leader that I am, I'm always a leader. Uganda will lead the way by saying that you can now get the Museveni special breed of cow. It's called a Bikura, which has long horns. Since we are going to abolish all the borders, we make the borders open. With open borders,
yes,
every country to taste and enjoy the sweet milk and the meat of this cow.
And your lands are very perfect for agriculture as well, right?
Exactly. We can even feed all the 1.3 billion Africans. Africa should be able to feed itself.
That is true.
All we need is peace and working together. That's why I called and told my younger brother, Paul Kagame, to Kopamajo. That's what we say in Swahili. We are together. No more fighting and tension along the borders.
That is the way to go, definitely.
And even for you, my friend Sisi, if Ugandan fish from Lake Victoria swim all the way up to Cairo through the Nile, you can catch them. Yeah.
Okay.
I will not even send a protest note and start complaining, oh, my fish have gone to Sisi. No. Yeah. You can have them.
That's a beautiful token of friendship, my brother. Beautiful.
Yes.
This is so beautiful.
Africa, we are one. Long with Africa, Wakanda forever.
You must be talking about the Wakanda. You must be talking about Wakanda from the movie, right?
No, you see, Wakanda, Uganda, same thing. It's the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now, thank you once again to all your excellencies for your participation in this inaugural AfTA TV program. Viewers, you have heard it all from some of the key promoters here on AfTA TV. You know what? African leaders mean business. One united Africa, open skies, free movement of people, and a single African market called AfTA. This is the Africa we want. Until next time, enjoy yourself. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
I'm sure the joke must have got you. I mean, it's really nice sometimes not to be really serious, but it's really deep serious. Under that comic, a very serious issue lies in, which is, from the three presidents that the presenter, which is El-Sisi, has interviewed, the first one in which Uhuru said, because this was made in 2019, that's why you see Uhuru instead of William Ruto. Uhuru said something interesting. For example, if we have a wind power, then we can sell it to next door. But we see that now today's Kenya it has signed its economic partnership agreement with the European Union, and instead of selling things within the region, which is within the Eastern African community, you are importing things. You are Kenya is opening doors for the market of Europe, and the cheap Europe markets, which are subsidized by their own governments, are flooding Kenya. And the same thing in West Africa, and killing our business people locally. Number two, from what President Kagame said, he said something. But anyway, like, for example, President Yoweri Museveni, the last one, said he's known for his, being a farm man, and the milk products, the dairy products of Uganda used to find their way to Kenya. And it was right, they were selling it next door. But now, because of Kenya's economic partnership agreement with Europe, now Kenya actually has banned for this dairy products not to be in Kenya. And those are the situation. It was January 1st, 2021, this was launched, but so much has happened, and countries are more and more diverting this Pan-African cause, which is African Continental Free Trade Area, and more collaborating with their colonial past. And that's sad, really. Now, looking at this comic, it makes you to think now how much we have diverted from the very principle of it. Hopefully, the leaders themselves see this and look at what they have done to their people and in general to the continent. Let us know in the comment section, what do you think of this? First of all, what do you think of a launch of TV by the African Continental Free Trade Area? Where it, like, what is the use of it? What advantage it will bring? What value it will add to the cause in terms of enforcing the member states to come into this and allow free movement of people, free movement of goods and services, opening their airspace, for example. Speaking of opening airspace, now we see a lot of countries, the first things they do for the Sahel, for example, when Niger has got its revolutionary leaders, ECOWAS has blocked Niger by air, by land, and by sea. And the same thing is going on in the Horn of Africa, okay, against Ethiopian Airlines. So we have shifted so much from that in these past 2-3 years, okay? Instead of really working and getting closer to opening up the skies, opening the free movement of people, goods, and services. Let us know in the comment section if this TV thing can add any value to it. And also your comments on this comic presentation. Thanks again, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.